Hey folks, Ryan Gunness here. Today's video. This is an email that I got from a member that said, I am disappointed. Okay, so I got an email from a member. In fact, I'll show you the email here real quick. And then I have a couple comments on it. But I get an email. She said, hello, Ryan. Yes, I became a member. I think she said, meant to say of MLM Rod, but I have not experienced the promises you make about the system. Yes, people look at it, I think, and I never get a response back. I am turned off because your promises have not materialized for me. Sad face. So I got this email and I looked up the number and I picked up the phone and I gave her a call. Okay, so I'm going to let you listen into that call, and I actually make some comments about what she talked about here. So let me just kind of jump back into this call here, and you'll see what happened here. So I picked up the phone and it started ringing like a phone should do. So don't be scared of that ringing noise. Because that's what you should be doing. Connecting with people every day.
Hello?
Hello, is this any better?
Oh, yes, it's so much better.
Okay, good. This
Hi, Mr. Ryan Gunner. How nice of you to call.
cool. I caught you at a good time. I mean, I just noticed your email a few minutes ago, so I figured it was a good time.
Yes, actually you did. You just actually just caught me sitting down at my desk. I was getting ready to prepare for some work today.
Cool. So I got your email, and I figured that I might be able to turn this into a training as well. So if you're cool with that, we can have a conversation.
Yes, I am. I am very open to that.
Cool. So so I'll just kind of read back the email here. You're saying that you became an MLM Rod member. I think when I looked, it's about a month or so.
Yes,
Um,
it is. Mhm.
and you haven't experienced the promises that I make,
Right.
and you say yes, people look, and I'm just kind of refreshing my head here too. Yes, people look at, oh, I guess they say yes to looking at your business, but you never get a response back from them, right?
Right. That's exactly what happens. I've provided them with the link. Actually, a good number of people had said yes to looking at it, but
Right.
they kind of get lost in the sauce and never really. I don't have a way of tracking that they are looking at the system,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if they are looking at it. I mean, I personally, I love the system. I'll tell you right off the bat. It's not so much the promises that you make, but for me, I see, I like it. I was excited about it when I first signed up with it. But I'm not sure, if people are taking the time to look at it. I don't know if you have a way to track that. I'm not sure.
I'm going to pause here for a quick second here. This is another little lesson that could be helpful to a lot of people out there. Uh, uh, one thing that just opened up here for me is, when somebody confronts you, send you an email, you're working with a team member, there's an issue, or you know, they they send you a text or a nasty text or something of that nature. Um, I believe in trying to find out head on what's really going on. You see, her email doesn't really match even the beginning of this conversation right now. So that's why I kind of restated what she said in the email to find out, get some more clarity. So if you're dealing with lots of people and you have somebody send you a message, instead of just messaging them back on email and and just taking that uh, assumption right off of the message, pick up the phone and call them. Say, hey, give me, let's talk. Or something of that nature. Reach out to get clear what's the picture that's going on. So that's the first thing that I'm doing here. So let's continue. Well, I mean, early on we tracked it heavily. We tracked it very, very heavily. We don't track it as much anymore, and we changed some of the things that we had in the beginning. But um, I would say this is: Are you? I got a couple questions for you. For one, are you setting up an appointment with the person before you get off the phone?
No, actually, I I'm not even on the phone. Are you talking about the leads that I get?
Yeah, when you talk to the prospect and
Okay.
they say yes, I'll take a look at what you have. Um, are you setting up an appointment with them right then and there before you get off the phone?
Okay. No, let me tell you what I'm sharing with people. I'm not making the calls only because of my time restriction.
Okay.
But what I have done is I have followed the scripts for other network marketers to look at the MLM ROD system.
Okay.
That I've been getting the yeses for. So I'm really
And how are you connecting with these people? What
I do it through Facebook.
Okay.
And I just ask them to, if they're open.
Okay.
I follow the exact script
Now
that
you
you've
ask them
given,
if they're open to looking at your business or looking at the marketing system.
the marketing system,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I don't get a response from that.
Okay, so you're not actually getting someone saying, yes, I'm open to looking at it.
Yeah, actually everybody that I've asked
Okay.
to look at it says yes, but I don't get a response back from them.
Okay.
Just give
Now,
me
what
one
link are
second.
you sending them?
Give me 1 second, Ryan. I just have something on my stove that I have to take off. Just 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so I'll pause here at the same time. In fact, I'll just let it keep playing until she comes back on. But she is, so I'm pretty clear of the situation right now, that she is, she's not really actually picking up the phone and calling anybody. She's doing it through
Okay,
Facebook.
sorry about that.
Okay,
Want
she's back. So
my
let's
pot
continue here.
to get burned.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what link are you sending them? Are you sending them the sales page link or the lead capture page link?
The lead capture page, the one that, the lead capture page, the one that you have,
Okay.
that invites them to look at the system.
Okay. And the reason why I ask you that is if somebody does go to that page and they fill out the little form with their name and email, you will get a notification when they do that. So that tells you if they actually looked at it or not, right?
Okay, right.
Or
No, I haven't gotten any of that.
So, yeah, I mean, a percentage of people will not follow through with what they say they're going to do. So if you get, even when we set the appointment, if you had 10 people say yes to taking a look at whatever you're going to send them, typically, even if you set a firm appointment, typically about half of them would actually follow through, and the rest will disappear. And that's actually setting a firm appointment. If you don't set a firm appointment, and in your situation is different because you're doing everything, you're not even talking to them, then that number goes down even more. Okay, so
Okay.
I would say now let's look at some numbers overall. How many people would you have said total? And you don't have to be exact, but roughly, how many people said, "Yes, send it to me. I'll take a look."
I would say right off the top of my mind about 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 5 of them have said yes, that they'll look at it. But, one of the things that I know that people just are being nice. They want to get me off their hair. So they say, yeah, I'll look at it. But that's it.
Right, okay. Well, so a couple comments on that. One is, 5 is a very small number to do any type of testing with.
Mm-hmm.
I would say at bare minimum, you want to look at, and this is pretty much in any testing, but if it's a one-to-one scenario like this, I would say bare minimum, you're looking at 20 would be the number to say, this is how many I need to have in order to rate it. I would say 20. Online, if you're doing it, but you're still doing it one-to-one, so I said 20 is a good number for you to say,
Okay.
well, let me kind of rate myself to see what's going on, because 5 is just too small of a number.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
that's what you probably need to do, is just do more activity, but also because you're not actually in control of the conversation as much, because you're doing it electronically as opposed to being on the phone with them, you do lose a little bit of strength in that conversation.
Okay.
So
that does make a lot of sense. Yes. That does make a lot of sense, a great deal of sense.
You know,
So what I'll do is, because I really do love your system, I really do, and I'm glad that I became a member of it. Um, the next step that I was thinking that I want to do is I want to get the other part of the system where you guys do everything and I just get the calls, only because I'm an organizational psychologist.
okay.
And I'm trying to build a network marketing on the side as a side income, so I don't really give it the attention that it deserves, and that's why I thought, your system would be great to do for me what I can't do.
Okay, so I'll pause the call right there. So I think you get the gist of it, So I mean, what in reality what happened? I got an email. She was disappointed, but when we digged into the situation, it was that she just was not doing enough activity, which I find to be the case with a lot of people. Is they are not doing a lot of activity, and then they base it as if this is the reality. There's no results. I mean, I've talked to people and they say nobody wants to look at what I have, and I say, well, how many people have you called? And they say, I don't know, 7 or 8. And I'm like, that's really not any real amount of people. And so a lot of times, and this is not just for you, but this is for your team. A lot of times, as network marketers, your team and people just have this false reality that small is big. And in reality, you got to do a lot of numbers to get some results and get some activity going on. So I think at the tail end of the call, let me see if I can jump to the tail end of the call. I think we just kind of recap that. Let me see if I can
I
find it here.
agree.
I agree. So I'm excited for where we're going in network marketing as an industry overall. But cool, it was nice chatting with you. I do got a boogie on my side, and okay, so that's pretty much it on the tail end of the call. So the big takeaways is you got to get into activity. You got to do a lot of activity. If you're new to what I teach and you're new to prospecting, even if you're doing other prospecting outside of what I teach, uh, bare minimum 20 exposures to rate yourself based on that prospecting activity that you're doing, and do more activity. Just get into gear and do more activity. Put together a blitz, put some focus. One of the things that I touched with her on the call that you didn't get to hear is you got to put some attention and focus into your business and carve out that time, and then treat it with really strong focused attention. All right. So anyway, that's my thought for today is to go out, put some focus and intention in your business. And then if you do run into situations where you have a team member that is venting, instead of trying to run with what they're saying, get on the phone with them and try to find out clearly, well, what is the situation? Because as you could see, the email that I got from her on what the conversation looked like is totally, totally different. All right. So if I had messaged back, something, we would have been living in false reality, even in my side. Okie dokie. Catch you later. Ciao.